What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another Dynamite review this week coming out. You already know Sunday is the day that God's given us. So let's go ahead and get into it. MJF and Kyle Fletcher start off the show. He got out the ring, got on the mic and said, "Treat me like a real wrestler, boy. Back up." Kyle was on him. He still got back on him, and MJF did his best to slow Kyle down, but got them cheap shots in, but Kyle was able to counter. And, MJF was kind of on top here, but Kyle was definitely countering. But let's see, and Don Callis, he was on commentary as well. And when Kyle came out, they had him a whole new Jumbotron up there say he's the proto star. Like, okay, I think I need y'all to dig into that a little bit. If that's what y'all gonna do, y'all need to dig into that a little bit. Call his moves something, do something, I don't know. But MJF always good with the arm work. He's always keeping his arm in check. Always trying to zone in on those things that he needs to. I think that's what, create a story with these things. And MJF was going for the kangaroo kick at one point. He cut him off with a super kick. And then Kyle hit a dive on him. Kyle went for moonsault off the top rope. It was real crazy. There was a lot of stuff going on. Kyle at one point hit a really nice elbow from the top rope. MJF kicked out of that. MJF then hit his elevated DDT. Love that move. But Kyle did kick out. MJF then they had this little confrontation in the middle of the ring. Kyle was angry and MJF was spitting in his face and slapping him. And they did like a crazy exchange. Y'all got to see that. You can't really call it back and forth like boom, boom, Canadian Destroyer, bounce off the ropes, clothesline. Like it was a crazy, you can hear me say it, but it's weird. It's different seeing it. But Kyle then got back up, power slammed him, position, threw him into the corner for snake eyes, hit him with that nice signature kick into the freaking corner. He had a nice little kick into the corner that he does. Then they went to the top rope. MJF then, but got out of that, rolled him up. But Kyle got his finisher off, but it still wasn't enough to defeat MJF. Don Callis came out to the ring and tried to give him the screwdriver, but Kyle didn't want to use it. So I don't know what's going to go on with the Don Callis family. It seems that Don's trying to cheat, but don't nobody want to cheat type thing. And Takeshita's in Japan doing the G1 Climax. So, I don't know. It's not looking good for Don. Nobody wants to cheat for him. And he's lost one of his best people. And one of his other people is in the G1 Climax. So, it's like, what are you going to do? So, we're going to see definitely where it goes. But basically, after that, MJF hit a low blow on Kyle. Hit him with that kangaroo kick. Busted him with it and hit him in the corner. Picked him up for a brain buster and pinned him for the 1-2-3. After that, MJF had the freaking belt, hit the referee with it. Then he hit Kyle in the head with the ring. And then Kyle was bleeding. But MJF, or not MJF, but Will Ospreay, he couldn't even get out of the freaking room. Like they had him locked in a room. Or there was like stuff pushed in front of the room for some reason. And he eventually got out of the room though. But MJF, basically the damage had been done. He started beating down on Kyle's head. And I guess he was going to do more. He was going to do the Tiger Driver. But then that was exactly when Ospreay came out. And he was able to stop what was going on. So good on him. He got out there. But he was holding on to his frame. He's like, "Hey, where's the doctor? Where's the doctor?" And he was looking for the doctor for real. But he said, MJF before that said that the blood was on Ospreay's hands. But basically he was calling for the doctor. Don Callis, he was trying to be like, where were you? Where were you for your friend? He was there for you last week, but where were you for your friend? So that might be something. I don't know if that's going to be a crazy story, but we're going to see how Kyle feels next week, I guess. Then they had a little Bryan Danielson promo video, which was nice. Mariah May came on next. And it was crazy because they went to the break during this match. And it was like a long squash match. Like, it was literally was not competitive whatsoever. But the girl got one or two moves in. And then at the end, Mariah just dog walked her. Like, she ran into her in the corner with the hip attack, picked her up, slammed her down with the doggone Mayday. It was like a pickup Michinoku driver, like an AA into a Michinoku driver. Then hit her with a doggone, hit her with the Toni Storm's finisher. And after that, like, it was just like a long squash match. And during the freaking, I want to see the ratings. Like, I definitely want to see the ratings for this match, because it's like, why would you go to the break during this? Like, I don't think anybody's going to want to stay tuned during this squash match. It was just a weird choice to do. Because, I don't know, if it was like MJF versus Will Ospreay, of course I'm staying during the break to see what's going on, what the freaking deal is. But no, like, Mariah May versus Jabba, like, and then she's drawing the match out. Like, she's just beating the dog stuff out of this girl. Not competitive whatsoever. So it's like, you know, but basically after she won, there was a present at ringside for her, I guess, from Toni Storm. I don't know why she would open it if it was from Toni. But she opened it up, and it was like a picture of her and Toni hugging each other. And then on the back it said, "Die, Mariah, die." Then Toni came out. She was basically in the same disguise. Like, she had a black wig on, and she was wearing all black. And she took the wig off and started beating her down. The referees had a pull apart with her when Toni got the better hand of her. She was going to hit her in the head with a shoe, but the referees stopped her and pulled her off. And I don't know, like, I guess it was, that's that. They're trying to do the best they can, get the pull apart going. They're trying to make it a crazy thing. But after the match, Mariah got out, or after all that, Mariah got out. And Toni held up the sign that said, "Die, Mariah, die." And I don't know what's going to happen at Wembley, but I guess it's got to be something crazy, right? Because it seems like they're going in a weird way. When she's saying, "Die, Mariah, die," she seems like she really wants revenge. Like, Toni's a really crazy, like, we're really going to see how crazy Toni Storm is going to get. And I don't know what that's going to be. But, and Jack Perry, after that, he had an interesting video. Like, Jack Perry has these weird cinematic videos, but, like, where do they go? Like, where are they going to go to? Like, I don't even know if he's going to lose to Darby at the pay-per-view, but we're definitely going to see the Elite. I don't think they really have been too involved as much after the Blood and Guts match, but we're definitely going to see where that goes. But I don't know, these cinematic videos, it's just weird. It's different, but I don't know. Darby came on next, and he was like, why didn't he finish him off? Why didn't he set him on fire in the Blood and Guts match? He was like, because he wants him at Wembley. And you can run all you want. You don't have to show the Dynamite collision, but you're going to have to show up to Wembley. So, Brian Keith versus Shibata next. It was a cool match. Brian Keith wanted revenge for Shibata breaking his arm. Chris was on commentary, Chris Jericho. Shibata made his way to the ring. They jump-started it. Shibata had the advantage before Brian cut him off on the outside. They were trying to get Brian in with a little this and this and that, you know, and have his little comebacks in there. But but Shibata started like no selling at one point. He was no selling his chops and everything, and basically skipping toward the match, because this was like a kind of a competitive match, but it was kind of like Shibata. Then Brian got on top for a little second. Then he just started no selling his stuff, and Shibata was no selling, but he's like he stopped, and then he went back to no selling type thing. So. Then Shibata, he did like a Rainmaker thing into a chop, and then he grabbed his head like a claw, and then he went to an arm bar. He had to immediately tap out. So, and then after that, he got attacked by the Learning Tree, and Jericho's about to hit him with the title when Hook came back. He made his return after getting that fireball in his face, and he saved him, but the drip was not there. I'm sorry, but the drip was not there. He was wearing the Vans. It looked like with no socks. Like, the drip was not there. I'm sorry, bro. Like, the drip was not there. Oh, not bad. Got a little low power joint, but basically after that, Renee But what was it? Yeah, Hook made the save, threw everybody out, and Hook's back. But they also kicked Taz out of commentary for this match, but he was back after that. I'm glad about that. They didn't kick him off completely, because Tony Schiavone and Excalibur is just a weird commentary team, honestly. But we need Taz out there. OC had an interview with Renee. He didn't have any partners, and Renee was being real goofy, talking about, well, if you need anything, I got your back. He talking about, well, do you want to wrestle for me? She was like, no. He was like, all right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just weird. But then they went to break after that. Back from break, Renee was interviewing Hangman. Hangman was like, he was real angry. He just went off. He was like, he basically said he will have what he wants. And we know he wants Swerve, but we gonna see. Like, I don't know. Is he going to interfere in the match at Wembley? Like, we're going to have to really see what's going on with that. Like, I don't know. But JR had to sit down with Swerve. Said he did some bad things in the past, but when people ain't hearing you, you got to knock on that door, apparently. And Swerve says he can beat Bryan Danielson. He can and he will. So, you don't see, man. I don't know. I don't want Bryan to never wrestle again, man, but he is retired. But I don't want him to never wrestle again, man. Like, that would be, like, sucky, man, because what if he does become the champ, though? Like, we want a part-time champion as the All Elite Wrestling champ? Or is he just going to not wrestle again? Like, it's just a question of, do you want it or don't? Like, it's crazy. But then OC said he got some hometown boys, Orange Cassidy. He said he got some hometown boys. They were in North Carolina to help him out with the match. And it was FTR. And I was like, oh, boy, they got FTR out here teaming with the boy Orange Cassidy. And they had a long 3-on-3 match. It was crazy. Roderick Strong, Roosh, and the Beast Mortos were their opponents here. It's crazy, but zipping on to the freaking finish, because it was like just a mixed up match. I feel like the FTR was really just out here because they were hometown boys. Those are my guys. Like, love FTR to death. And look on my Instagram, I got a picture with Cash Wheeler when he came down here to Memphis. But I'll tell you what, like, this is just a mixed up match. Like, even if Kyle Riley and Mark Briscoe were here, like, it was still a mixed up match. Like, it was just really mixed up and weird, because I mean, they're called a conglomeration, but this is a conglomeration. So just skipping on to the end, like, Roosh was beating the dog stuff out of everybody. I'm sorry, but Roosh is like this crazy, like a boss at the end of the freaking level, beatdown guy. And it was just insane. He was beating everybody up until Orange Cassidy came back in the ring. Orange punch into a doggone shatter machine. That was the 1, 2, 3. Acclaim came out. They mic didn't work. And Dax got on the mic talking about, we real men. I'm not as good on the mic as you. So just come on down and break through the security so we can fight. But they went ahead and got out the ring instead and went down to break it down and fight. But let's see. Christian Cage cut a promo, said there's going to be a number one contendership match for the trios titles, and that's going to be at Wembley Stadium. No, the number one contendership match is going to be on Collision, and that's going to be for Wembley Stadium. Either the House of Black or the Bullet Club Gold are going to be fighting at did I say WrestleMania? I meant to say All In. I don't know why I said WrestleMania. But All In, yeah, that's going to be the match for All In. And Christian Cage is going to be the referee on Collision for House of Black versus Gun Club. Winner is going to go on to All In to face for the trio titles. After that, they had a video for Hologram and the CEO. Like, Hologram, I don't know, bro. Like, are we going to have promos, videos with Hologram? We're going to have to see where Hologram comes out, man. CEO came out next. Camille had a 2-on-1. She did, pretty cool things with the two, because they were in the ring at the same time. So it was like, one point where they threw Camille to the corner. She went for a clothesline on them both. but then one of them ducked, and then she hit a bicycle kick on the other one. So she did pretty good things for 2-on-1. Torture Rack spinning power bomb was her finisher, and then she hit a dominator on the other girl and pinned them both 1, 2, 3. Mercedes got on the mic, introducing herself to Camille. The crowd was really sitting on their hands. They were like, "Oh, thank you for the EVPs." They suspended Britt, so we don't have to deal with her until Wembley. And then Tony Schiavone got on the microphone talking about some. Tony Khan has lifted the ban on Britt Baker, and she's here via satellite. And she said basically she was going to get her next week. She's back. She's going to get her next week. And she's going to be the first person to beat Mercedes at Wembley. So, and the crowd chanted real loud for that DMD. They're not chanting too loud for the CEO. So, I think they did the right thing, making her heel. So, at least that it can be right. Then the main event, Bryan versus Jeff Jarrett. Bryan came out and he got jumped on the freaking stage. And it was like, man, they're trying to make Jarrett a face. But he goes and jumps Bryan on the stage this week. And it's like, okay, now what is the man supposed to be? I don't get it, but guess they know what they're doing. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I'm trying to root for the man Jarrett after all the stuff he's been through, but now he done jumped Bryan Danielson on stage trying to basically injure him. But I don't know. But early going, anything goes. They basically went to the crowd and went to the arena. Jeff Jarrett was hitting him with trash cans and whatnot. Bryan hit him with beer bottles. They were out there in front of the wing stand fighting. And it was crazy. Like, they suplexing each other on trash cans and whatnot. And they went to break a little while after that. As soon as they went to break, they heading back to the ring. And they get back in the ring, coming back from break. Jarrett, he was hitting him with a chair and everything. Bryan got back on top, hit him with a suicide dive. Bryan was on top on the outside, got on the apron, tried to do a jump. Jarrett with the chair, hit him in the freaking legs. Got back in the ring, he put the chair on Bryan's leg, kicked out. And then at one point, Bryan went for the doggone missile drop kick from the top, popped that. And then Jarrett got a figure for a leg lock at one point. Like, it's just a lot because they went pretty fast for the main event. And Jarrett, after that figure 4, Bryan broke it up with the chair. But then he got up, Jarrett got the little counter and went for a doggone stroke on the chair. Then hit him with a sharpshooter, got him in the leg, got him in the sharpshooter. Bryan got out. It went back and forth with the punch. And then Bryan hit him with a doggone psycho knee with the chair. He threw him into the corner and he hit his head on the doggone chair. Then Bryan went to the corner with another chair and psycho kneed him in the face with that chair. But it fell on his head, I think, afterwards, and he was bleeding, which was crazy. Now, I'm going to have to be like, look, if you going to... look. You gonna hit me with that, bro? Hold on to the chair, bro. Cause that's bad. That man was bleeding bad too. But Jarrett's people came out to check on him. Wheeler Yuta came out to check on Bryan, and Ricky came down to congratulate both of the guys. And Jarrett and Bryan Danielson hugged. Man, you gonna do all that to me, bro? I'm not hugging you. I'm sorry, bro. We can get a little. I'll slap your hand right quick. Look. You did all that to me. I'm sorry, bro. Man, we could have had a regular match, chill, but no, bro. None of that. I'm sorry. Swerve Interrupted said we had 3 legends of TBS out here. We have Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Jeff Jarrett, and me. He said the difference between all of us and you, Bryan, is that we all been world champ. So basically, you got in the ring, and Swerve wanted to go one-on-one with Wheeler Yuta next week. Since Bryan Danielson got himself a little sparring partner this week in Jeff Jarrett, that wasn't no spar. I'm sorry, he was hitting me with a metal trash can. Look at y'all like a metal trash can, but dang, bro. But he wanted a match with Wheeler Yuta. That's gonna be next week, and he wants Bryan to have a front row seat. So that was it for this week, y'all. It was a crazy, kind of weird lineup this week, kind of intense at some points, but overall, I think it was a all right, decent show of Dynamite. I think the most thing I'm looking forward to is the next thing they do with MJF and Ospreay. I think more than likely, Will is gonna hit this Tiger Driver on MJF, or we're gonna have to see. Wembley is coming up real fast, and right after that, guys, I'm gonna be heading back to school. It's gonna be on the 26th. Wembley's on the 25th. And we're going to see what the schedule holds. God bless you guys. Thank you guys for watching. You want more, click that like, follow. And we got a bell up there. Y'all ding that bell. Y'all know when I'm uploading every time. And you know what time it is. It's going to be Saturday. You know what the time it is. I kept y'all here for a long time, 20 minutes. But thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye-bye.